We're back. I know it's been a minute, but it's the Reel Spiel Podcast. It's Roman here.
Abelson.
We're going to get right into it. We have never given you all an NFL podcast, so it's time.
For real?
I don't think so. I don't think we've done one NFL podcast. We've done some TikToks and videos and stuff, but we haven't done a full NFL segment. I don't think so.
Dang, that's crazy.
So we've got a lot to talk about as two big Lamar Jackson supporters here. We're going to jump right into the reactions to our NFC championship game and our AFC championship game, and then give you all our predictions on the Super Bowl as well. Does that sound good?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's get into it then.
NFC first?
NFC first. What a game.
What a game, yeah.
Now, I will say it was a disappointing game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, everybody kind of wants the underdog to win in that kind of situation.
And they were there.
They had it.
Yeah. Now
They had us in the first half. I mean, like Kittle said that, I think, too, at the end of the game. Yeah, and nobody really reacted to it.
Oh man.
But yeah, the Detroit Lions couldn't get it done. What was the score at halftime?
24
to 3.
No, it was 7. It was 7. It was 24-7. 24-7, I think.
Yeah, that's.
You can't blow that.
No, you mean you have a couple big plays in that game that costed them. They turned the ball over, which if you don't convert on fourth down, that's a turnover. It's a turnover on downs. I don't think it goes in the turnover category. I don't want to say, does it?
I could.
But you know, Dan Campbell has done it all year, and he did it. You know, when it mattered most, and it didn't work out for him. It's unfortunate to see. However, I had never really thought they were going to win.
I did. When they went up.
I mean, in the game, yes.
Oh.
I'm saying
before the game?
Before the game. Once we knew that was the matchup.
I thought they had a chance. I thought they had a chance. I didn't bet on it, but like, we're talking about betting, but like, I think they were plus 7.5. Like, I like that. If I would have bet, I would have bet them plus 7.5.
I never thought they were going to win. I never really thought they had a great chance with just how many weapons the San Francisco offense has and how many yards the Detroit Lions have been letting up, even in the playoffs, like even the last couple of games they played.
I knew the Lions offense was good enough to win. Like, I knew coming into the game.
Definitely. It was. I thought hopefully, they could win a shootout potentially.
Yeah.
And that's if the San Francisco D was, playing how it was in the first half, just letting them kind of march all over them a little bit. Big play after big play, it seemed like in that first half, when they needed it, Detroit, and then turned it all around in the second half.
Dude.
Mr. Irrelevant and McCaffrey.
I hate it that I'm forced to. Brock Purdy isn't as bad as I think he is. He's actually.
I mean, Brock
I still
Purdy.
don't think he's what everybody makes him to be, but the last two games he's proved that he's had to come from behind in late situations, and that was the big knock on him. Like, when you got the lead, everything's perfect.
Can he be clutch? Is he going to be able to? Yeah. And I will say, Brock Purdy, he can get the job done
with that roster.
Get the job done with that team.
Yeah, for
sure. I don't know how skilled of a quarterback he truly is. I don't think it really matters right now.
It doesn't.
I mean, maybe in this last game that might. This will be the game that I think it'll truly just like a possession is it's the most important possession when it's in the Super Bowl. Each possession is more important than any one you've ever played. And that will be interesting to see, as a young guy like him. But, AFC. So, disclaimer, as you can see here, up there, we are big U of L guys over here.
Big Lamar guys.
Big Lamar Jackson supporters. I'm personally a Saints fan, but obviously, the best player from my school probably ever.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely in my lifetime.
Johnny Unitas.
Easily in my lifetime.
Johnny Unitas can get out of here.
Yeah. I'm going to support him in the NFL as well. A lot of people from the city we live in, Louisville, do as well. And, we were rooting for him. We wanted him to win badly. We thought this is the team. This is the year.
It was the year. It was the year. Number one defense. Number one seed.
Lamar running just as well as he's throwing.
As well as he's
running. Home field advantage. everything you could have asked for
Was there.
for Lamar's team around him, coaches, defensive coordinator. He had it. Now,
And in the NFL, when you got it, man, you got to take it.
you have to capitalize. 17 points is not only that, within that game, Patrick Mahomes led team only scored 17 points.
0 points
You
in the second
got
half.
to. They even helped you out by not doing what you wouldn't be surprised to see, scoring a lot more than 17 in a playoff game.
Which I will say in the second half, they knew how. I think the Chiefs recognized, like, we don't need to force it. Patrick Mahomes went into game managing mode.
Yeah.
So some of that could have been, they're not trying to force it and give the Ravens an opportunity.
I feel like they had the ball a long time in that third quarter too.
Yeah. Dude, they were eating the time of possession, dude.
They
one
had
of their drives in the first half was, I think, 9 minutes.
Yeah. They're the best at that. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes know what they're doing when they have the ball.
Yeah.
And you can't deny that. You'll never be able to deny that as long as that's a duo.
Yeah.
And if you give Pat Mahomes a chance, I hate to say it, and as of like this year, I don't even think I'm a Pat Mahomes hater anymore. I used to be, but
yeah, I'm starting to recognize.
it's like to the point now, he's inevitable.
He's inevitable.
He's going to get the job done if he gets an opportunity to. If you don't give him an opportunity to, which you saw in the losses they had this year, and even then, a couple of those games, he had the opportunity. His receivers didn't pick up the opportunity. Catch the opportunity, I should say. And yeah, it's that simple almost. I woke up Saturday. I woke up Saturday and I felt different than I did all week before. I was excited all week, and I woke up Saturday morning and I just was not feeling right. I was feeling off, and I knew something was up. And I was looking at the percentage of bettors on the Ravens.
That's what made me
really
want to question it, bro. I think it was like 75%.
3.5 point favorite.
Something like that, bro.
The 3.5 point favorite versus the 2.5 point favorite means something when both teams are good.
Yeah.
That means there's something going, they think the Ravens might gain an extra possession. There might be a turnover.
Yeah.
I don't know what, there's a lot goes into it. That's why I don't know. But
if the teams are
75% on the 3.5 favorite, that's just it's not big enough, and but it's also more than the field goal amount, to the point where, they're predicting an outright win at that point almost.
Oh yeah, 3.5 in a championship game is
not to put it in betting terms, but
you're predicting a blowout essentially. Because if teams are even, if the teams are almost even, the home team's getting a half point and a half.
Yeah, you're predicting a full possession game almost.
Yeah.
Which would be a safe win, not necessarily safe, but you know what I mean, not a field goal game.
Yeah.
And that shook me up a little bit. I sat on it all day Saturday, and I was with him Saturday night, and I was telling him, that's Patrick Mahomes he's going up against tomorrow.
And I told you texted me. I was like,
I texted you early in the day Saturday.
I was like, I like the Ravens, but if you bet on if you bet against Patrick Mahomes, you're stupid.
And I didn't do so. I did not lose my money to a Ravens L. And I'm okay with that.
Lamar took a hit.
But sure. I was not okay with seeing Lamar go down in that fashion. A lot of people are trying to blame Zay Flowers. I don't think that's the correct move either. Zay did have two immature moments that drive.
But he was in a position to score the touchdown. I mean, I understand it. My only gripe with him is if you're attacking the goal line like that, you gotta hold on to that.
You
ball
have to
with
know.
Your life.
You have to know they're not trying to tackle you.
People are gonna punch the ball out if you dive in front of you with the ball out.
They're going after the ball, not you. You've already made your move. Tackling you won't even really do much.
That's my only thing. You gotta you gotta.
You have to know that's coming. You have to know that's coming. And wasn't that a first down? Didn't he have the first down? I think he had the first. No, I'm saying he gained a first down.
Oh, after the
it was 4 or 5 yards in between the first down and the end zone. He didn't need to dive for the end zone. Is one other thing, but it's a rookie in a big game.
They score that.
If they score that, what is it? 3.5, 4 minutes left or so.
That was it with like 10 minutes left in the fourth. That was like at the very beginning of the
That
fourth.
was the beginning?
Yeah.
I thought that was towards the end.
It was like the very
I thought that was like their
beginning of the
last
fourth.
drive or so, but
No,
I guess not. It was
Lamar threw the pick with like 6 minutes
Yeah,
left.
that's right. That sucks. That sucks for the Ravens. But, however, and I think Dan Campbell said something about it. People have been talking about, do you only really get one chance per how a team's designed? You know what I mean?
Dude.
I don't necessarily agree with that when you have a player like Lamar.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into that right now, and that's not what we're talking about. We can talk about that later maybe. But I do want to say that the Ravens, they've been good in the past. They've had 11, 12 win teams. They will again.
They've been the number 1 seed before.
So that's like he's obviously not a Patrick Mahomes level. No one is in the NFL right now. But he's in that echelon of players who change the game for their team by themselves.
And every year he's gotten better. But at this point, nobody is going to care about his regular season play. Like
No,
he could go
at
win
that point, yeah.
3 more MVPs and nobody's going to care.
He's already at that level now. It's like, can you win?
Potentially 2 MVPs, and he's 2-4 in the playoffs now. Like
It's tough.
And 2 of those losses like shouldn't have been losses. Titans and then the Bills, I think.
Yeah. He'll get it done though. He's got plenty of time. He's got coaches in a franchise that believes in him, and that's the most important.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that contract's worth it.
Yeah.
The first year of the contract, you take him to the AC chip.
He's already proved his worth.
You're a play away from
He's already proved his worth.
potentially
Well,
winning.
I mean, not necessarily. Like, you've got to win. He doesn't need to win, but like he's already proved that he's worth that. Like he's gonna get you to a point. If he's healthy and the team's healthy, he's gonna get you there.
And they're
get you near there.
Their roster's young. All their key players are either young or cheap.
Yeah, and they operate well with free agency. They make good moves. They're a smart franchise, so they'll be back. Will the Detroit Lions be back? That's tough.
Actually,
like, will they be?
I think they're
AFC champion or NFC champions.
I think
like championship games again.
A sneaky move was their offensive coordinator. He's staying.
He did reject head coaching jobs, didn't he?
He was supposed to go to
head coaching interviews.
He was supposed to go to the Commanders. So he's staying another year. I think if he would have left, I think that would have been a big hit.
Yeah.
But they've only gotten better every year with Dan Campbell.
Didn't Ravens defensive coordinator said he's staying as well?
No, he went to he's on Seahawks. He got the Seahawks job.
When did that come out?
Like a couple hours ago.
Jeez.
Yeah. That's going to be, I think, and that's why like the NFL, the short life of being a contender is so short.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the reasons the teams are good is because their offensive coordinator, defense coordinator. You have one good year, teams are going to try and poach you to be head coach.
Yeah. You show that you're, can get the job done and you're different or innovative. That's all it takes. Like, it happens to teams that aren't even that great. Like teams that are just wild card, right around there. They'll get an offensive coordinator picked off and sometimes stuff like that. Yeah. NFL is a business. It's an business for entertainment. Speaking of entertainment and a business,
what
do you think that has anything to do with the Super Bowl matchup?
What do you mean?
Just asking. Do you think how important the entertainment and business side / revenue had anything to do with?
Do I think it's rigged? Yeah, I definitely think they wanted to see Taylor Swift in that game.
That's tough.
Bro, the numbers don't lie. $300 million she's generated almost.
Yeah. Is that? I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how you decide that. Like,
they're probably paying her too. Like Colin,
no chance,
bro. She's not like. I mean, I guess they're allowed. They're just allowed. Like they don't need permission to put the camera on her at the game, right? But
you can put the camera on whoever you want.
They surely can asked her if she wants to do anything, this and that.
I genuinely think she's a billionaire, dude. I think she's genuinely
true. She doesn't need it. They would love to have more. It seems like they keep track of the seconds she's on the screen for each game. It's not. I mean, it doesn't really impact me.
She doesn't even know the cameras are on her.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True. That's true. So we can assume. Maybe, you never know.
Yeah, true.
It could be somebody saying they're about to put it on you.
See, bro, that's why I just never know with sports, man. Like the narratives are too good to be like, oh, nothing.
NFL has the strongest. The refs impact in the football. Like the strongest. There's the most refs on like refereeing at once. There's the most rules. There's the most rules. Like there's the most like based on.
It's too subjective. I think the officiating is too subjective.
It's based on how the referee who is allowed, like who calls that area, perceived it, and unless it's like they convene for it. But I don't know. It's just the easiest sport where the referees could have the most say so, and they do. You've seen pass interference calls missed that you could
they missed two. The Chiefs had two pass interference calls unlikely. One was like a hold. And another one.
But I mean, but even then, there's calls that alter the ending of a game. That you look at that play 9 times out of 10, and that's the one time that like it should be called and it's not, and that's just how the NFL is sometimes. Soccer, basketball, tennis, those are sports where it's way different. And I get there's a lot of refs, on a basketball court, and there's VAR now with soccer, and that's like, how do you still miss calls with a virtual assistant? Like, I get that kind of thing. There's always going to be little ways you could look at something and say, well, they kind of had control of that here. That was wrong. So how are they, saying it's not possible for it to be rigged, and there's just as many missed calls per year as ever, whatever. But football, there is a lot going on there with those referees and how they're allowed to call games. And sometimes it just makes you wonder. I don't like believing sports are rigged.
I don't think it is.
I hate believing that, but I think there's definitely a strong intention to gain the most out of the possible entertainment in football.
Yeah.
Like they do the most they can to try to egg things on, let narratives come to fruition. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. Mahomes is Mahomes as well.
Yeah.
You could just be that simple too. Other than the likely got hit in the end zone, and then the other one was off the line. Like those were bad. They were both bad.
Like obvious. They were obvious.
But still, congratulations to the Chiefs. Congratulations to the 49ers.
If it was any other team, then because it was the Chiefs, like it's the Chiefs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they're the best team of the last.
They've been the best. You can't
6 years. Like
you can put that in a neutral game with no fans, like, and then the outcome will probably be like 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like it's just they're that good. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes' chemistry is unmatched, I think, in the NFL right now.
Oh yeah.
So that's simple. Let's get right into this Super Bowl.
I really don't know.
You don't know? Come on.
It's the Chiefs.
Come on.
It's the Chiefs.
Come on. He just beat the number one defense.
Man, it's the Chiefs.
He just beat the number one defense.
Hey, and the thing about them Chiefs, their secondary is actually like they're lights out. Bro.
They get the job done. Snead,
dude.
They get the job done. And one of them is somebody in the secondary is a backup too. He's not even a starter. I think somebody's playing really well as a
Brock Purdy 2 interceptions might be a lock. It might be a lock.
Brock Purdy for 2, sprinkle on it. But I think it's the Chiefs. I think Mahomes is a big game player. This is Purdy. I'm not saying Purdy's going to shrink and Purdy's not ready, but you're going up against the most experienced Super Bowl team right now, the most Super Bowl experience on one team right now versus who's been to the Super Bowl in the 49ers. Anybody important on that roster?
I mean, they were all like Kittle,
yeah. Like
Bosa.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Was
Fred Warner
Warner, what about the offensive lineman?
Trent Williams?
Yeah,
he was on there.
Okay. But the receivers weren't really?
Ayuk. Was Ayuk on it? Ayuk was on, I think he was on the team.
Yeah, it would have been like
but he was
rookie or sophomore.
He wasn't a big impact player.
Obviously, there was no Purdy or McCaffrey. They were a different team.
Oh, completely different team.
But they still have the same mindset.
Their defense was way better in 2020.
Their defense is not the same as it was. There's a similar mindset on how they like to play, but obviously it's not the same when you have a running game like that now.
But I mean, the Chiefs. That's what kills me about the Ravens. They ran the ball 8 times. The Bills ran the ball. The Bills ran for almost 200 yards because the Chiefs. That's their weakness in their defense. Is their run defense.
I don't understand that. And like Lamar had moments where he didn't take off.
Like that one where he took off for like 30 and just stopped. Like he didn't.
He was to the house.
He didn't even. I think he would have got caught. But
he was in the red zone, guaranteed. If he puts the burners on, he's in the red zone. He's maybe having a chance to die for that.
Yeah.
They did recover a little bit.
I don't think he would have took it because Snead was right there. I think that's why he stopped, because he knew he was going to get. But the fact that he didn't even make a break for it, didn't even try, that's what, like.
It makes you wonder. And, like, I don't know, you saw the little clip. Did you see they got a clip of Odell?
Oh, yeah, talking to him?
That makes. Somebody said it makes me think that they told Lamar not to run or something like that. I don't know. Like, they wouldn't have told Lamar in front of the team not to run, but.
Right, but.
There was some weird stuff going on in the play calling of that game on the Ravens side. You've got a team that's been one of the better running teams all year long.
Just doesn't run. They didn't run the ball.
Didn't run the ball. I don't understand that. They didn't run the ball. And it's disappointing. But I like the Chiefs versus the 49ers. I would rather see the 49ers win just because I love that. I love this Brock Purdy story. I love that the third string who wasn't thinking he'd play or be important is in the Super Bowl. I love that kind of thing to me. I don't really like anybody else on the 49ers.
Like
I mean,
Brock
McCaffrey's.
Purdy is because at one point he was minus 2,000 to win the MVP.
That's
minus
tough.
2,000.
Yeah, he's not. That's the weird thing about the NFL and like the quarterback position. Like the quarterback. If the quarterback is doing enough on the best team in midseason, like at a certain point throughout this, they were the best team regular season until
the first half. They were
definitely the best team in the first half of the season
until the Ravens kind of caught up.
And the Ravens caught up to them, and then they were about even still.
Nah, Ravens were clearly the best team.
I mean, clearly, but the 49ers points per game and defense was still looking like an elite team.
Them Ravens beat every contending team.
Then the Ravens
by multiple touchdowns.
Yeah, isn't that? And then the games they lost this year that doesn't make sense.
They lost to the Browns off like a 20-point comeback.
Yeah,
it was weird. But
I just don't. Yeah, I don't know if the 49ers will be able to keep up with what the Chiefs will be doing. They'll be ready. They'll have new plays. They'll have, I mean, obviously, both teams will have new plays, but they'll reapproach the game completely different than last week. You can't even watch Kansas City film last week to get a good idea on what you're going to see.
I'm honestly torn, dude. I want to say the Chiefs, but, like, the 49ers are, I think, the more well-rounded team.
I'm coming over. I think the teams are going to score more points than whatever Vegas thinks.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I like that.
I think Pacheco gets in. I think McCaffrey gets in.
Those are locks.
Those two guys are definitely going to score touchdowns.
2+.
They might.
I'd be comfortable with that.
Both score. Yeah, 2.
Bro, McCaffrey's 2+ is going to be minus.
McCaffrey's definitely getting.
It's going to be like minus 130, 120.
2 of them.
I think. Yeah.
Nah, it'll be plus. This is a Super Bowl. It depends on what the line comes out for total points.
It's probably on there right now.
Yeah. But it'll waver though. It'll waver like crazy. It'd be funny to catch it now though, if it's projected to potentially go up.
49ers were favored at first. It was like minus 1.5.
I just wonder what the over is. It might be like, if it's like 38, it's gonna be 44 by Super Bowl or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the Chiefs.
Yeah, my heart says the Chiefs.
My heart says the Chiefs. I think Andy Reid is at the peak, but also kind of like getting tired, like of, not getting tired. I think this season might just have been a long season for him. But I think, they'll really, really want this one on the off chance it does take a little bit more to get back, maybe another year instead of or 2 years instead of 1.
Right.
But I think that they'll want this one because they haven't been favored.
They've been underdogs.
All year.
They've been written out.
The most games they went into as an underdog in Mahomes' career in one season. Like a lot of different little stuff like that point to the people thinking the Chiefs aren't elite enough to win another Super Bowl this year, and yet here they are. So
here they are.
I'm not going to have any reason to think they won't get the job done and complete it. Yeah, that's what I think. Other than that, I mean, I think we covered enough about, the Ravens will be back. The Lions, they kept their offensive coordinator, which is important. So, they'll be a good offense again next year.
Right, yeah. And I just think Dan Campbell's made of the right stuff as a head coach. Honestly.
I think he learned a lot this year.
Yeah.
He'll maybe, I'm not going to say more mature, but he'll be
you got to go through this.
He'll be a better decision maker next year. I think they'll still go for it on fourth downs that you don't think they're going to, but
in sports, you don't jump from not competing to winning.
Yeah. I like the fourth downs. I like it. I think more people need to do what Dan Campbell's doing, and I think more people need to do what Travis Kelce does on the field and lateral the football. That's what I think. If everybody started doing both of those two things a little bit more, there'd be, I think, the intensity of one possession slowly gets eased up upon, when teams know we're willing to do more to extend the possession now.
Oh, yeah.
Inside the 20-yard line, and you have a lead, more than 7 points, lateral the ball. Try to get another touchdown. Why are you just accepting a field goal when you're up, already up 14? And I get that's like pounding it on them or whatever, but it's like do things you wouldn't do when you were down 14 or whatever, And if you're down 28, I want to see a lateral. I want to see you go for it on 4th and 2 at the 50-yard line. You're already losing.
Yeah. Those fourth downs weren't why they lost anyway.
No, not at all. But I think it was innovative, and I think it was exciting, and they're different. And I think, I don't even think they solidified a couple wins with fourth downs this year for sure. Got the fourth down, and it definitely made it to where the other team was not going to have a chance to win.
But they've also lost a couple.
Yeah.
It's always going to.
It's a gamble.
It's like betting. It's literally gambling. It's going to always even out on us.
It's a gamble for sure, even though I always go for it on Madden every time. No matter what, I'm going for it. I mean, I don't think I'll go for it if I've got sacked, and I'm on my own 11 and it's 4th and 27. I'm not going to go for it.
You always go for it.
But yeah, you got to go for it. He's going to score anyway. But yeah, it has been a while since we were able to get recording. I'm glad we were able to get some thoughts out to you guys about this NFL. It's after the last 2 games of the year and before the last game of the year. It's fine though. We got our predictions out there, got our reactions on those first 2 games. If you know us, you knew what was coming about the Ravens-Chiefs game. I will say, just to put it out there, I woke up Sunday and I told a couple people Chiefs money line. As a Lamar supporter, needing them to win for my soul, and I didn't bet Chiefs money line just because I didn't want to jinx anything or, manifest anything or whatever.
Right, yeah.
But I did. I was confident in it by game time. I just could feel it.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. But not to sound corny, Lamar will be back next year.
Big trust.
Big trust. And we will be back as well. We're going to get some more NFL content out there after the Super Bowl. Get you a small reaction on that. See if we were right.
NBA.
We'll get right back into it for NBA. We're going to have the season ramping up. All-Star breaks coming. And trade deadlines coming.
Yeah.
We might see a couple moves. Should be exciting. There's a lot. I'm not going to say both conferences are wide open, but both conferences have a couple good teams and not a team that seems like they are just guaranteed to win. That West is weird right now.
Weird, dude.
And then if you look at the East, Celtics finally couple L's at home. And then Heat, Miami 7-game losing streak. Embiid finally
Bucks
acting injured how he should. Embiid hurt finally. The East is weird. So a lot to get to NBA. Abelson won't be for the MLB, but we will be starting an MLB segment as well. And then, once everything's back and flowing, we should have an every other day betting segment coming for you guys. That'll probably be on TikTok, maybe Instagram or YouTube Shorts, but definitely going to get some TikTok betting stuff out there for you guys. And, March as well, college basketball. We're going to get a little bit into that. Might stay on TikTok as well, a little bit for that as well. But we've got some exciting stuff coming. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, show your friends. Let them see us talking our mess up here. And let us know what you guys think in the comments about Lamar taking the L, Goff taking the L, a cool bet you had that hit, a bet that should have hit.
Your favorite
Let us
Taylor
know.
Swift song?
Your favorite, moment on the screen of where you saw Taylor Swift in the game out of her 36 seconds of screen time. If you had a moment you liked a lot, let us know about that. And we'll be back to you guys soon. Hope you enjoyed it.
Peace.